Welcome back to the kitchen. If you're new here, my name is Brandy. I want to welcome you to my channel, Sewing Back. It's the first day of our summer pantry challenge. We're doing 2 weeks in June, 2 weeks in July, 2 weeks in August. Any 2 weeks, you get to pick it. For the first night, I am using my chicken cordon bleu broccoli casserole, and I am putting to work using my canned chicken. This was just chicken. I don't raise chicken for butchering. I have a backyard flock that does give us eggs, but we're not allowed to butcher. We live in the suburbs, and I caught this on sale on a manager special at Costco, and I canned it up using my Nesco canner. I can link that in the description if that's something that interests you, if you're interested in learning how to can. You don't have to have all your own animals and all those things. You can source those things responsibly, and you can still, if you like and you're interested in learning how, you can. It's not hard. Like I said, I used my Nesco electric canner to do this. I did a small batch and loved it. Matter of fact, I have a canning project later this evening I plan to do after returning from choir practice at church. So the reason I picked this one to be my first meal is because it's super easy to put together. It's a casserole. You put it in the oven, kind of one and done. I am going to make some rice to go with it because when we had it last time, we didn't do rice, and I think we both wished we would have had some rice with it. So if you're a low carb, you might want to do a cauli rice or just leave that off. You'll still be plenty fulfilled. It's very filling. But if you want to add some brown rice or maybe a crusty bread or something, you could totally do that to go with this meal. So the items that you need, I'll link in the description my free menu for this week and for week 2 of June. And week 1 actually has a recipe card that has this recipe on it. So you're going to need, if you do not have your own canned chicken, you can use any kind of canned chicken. You could use a rotisserie chicken that you pick the chicken off. You could grill up some chicken breast. You could get the chicken breast like this already cooked in the store. This is so easy. You figure out what works for you. I have canned chicken, so this is what I plan to use. You need some Dijon mustard. I'm going to be using my lemon juice. You need a little bit of that. You need some cream cheese. You're going to need some butter. I am actually using ham that was left over from Thanksgiving that I had frozen. That's my last bag of it. If you don't have like any kind of diced ham or whatever, you can use, if you have kielbasa, anything like that. You could use sausage if you wanted to. Whatever you have on hand. That's the great thing about this, is you just kind of go with the flow and it'll still taste delicious. But you could totally do like a kielbasa sausage. When I don't have like chopped ham, I would totally do that. And I have some cheese. So the only other thing I'm waiting for is I am blanching my broccoli. It is fresh. If you were going to use frozen, you would probably just want to heat it up a little bit to try to reduce some of the moisture, and you could use that and you could skip that step. So that's what I'm waiting on right now. You also need some salt. You want a little bit of salt for flavoring. I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees, and so I am fixing to get my mixer, and I am going to blend up my I'm going to melt my butter, my cream cheese, my mustard, lemon juice, and my salt, and then we're going to make it till it's thick. It's kind of like a thick sauce. And what I did last time is I actually used a little bit of my broth. I'm actually going to use a little bit of this to cook my rice in, because I don't want to waste any of it. I don't need all of that liquid from that chicken. So if you're using canned chicken, just remember you can use the broth if you feel like you want to have a little bit of that in there. I also put on there on the recipe that it's good to take that broth that your chicken's in and use it to make your rice. So it adds a lot of good flavor. And I told you I have my ham, and I'm just, like I said, I'm just waiting on my broccoli to just barely get blanched, and then I'm gonna bring it over here, stop the cooking process, and mix everything together. So let's get started. I've got my block of cream cheese in here. I need to add my 4 tablespoons of butter. I'm gonna add that. We are going to add 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. We are going to add 1 tablespoon of Dijon mustard. I had it turned upside down hoping it would come out. Okay, so I've got that. Then we're going to add 2 tablespoons or 1 ounce of lemon juice. All right. And we are going to mix this with our mixer. The butter's kind of warm, so you don't want to necessarily go full throttle here. Okay, let me open up my chicken. I'm actually going to put a little bit of my chicken broth in here. This is pretty thick, and I did that the first time I made it. I added a little bit of my, that's a nice seal. I added a little bit of the chicken stock. So I'm going to add that, and I'm going to mix that in. If you have white wine or something like that, you could also probably do that, and that would taste really good. I don't have any, so I just used a little bit of my chicken broth. Okay, so I got that, and that's much more creamy and smooth. So now I'm gonna put in, I gotta try to break it apart a little bit. And this is a quart size jar. All right, got that. Oops. And I'm actually, to help break it up, I was gonna use the blender. You don't have to, but I know that it'll help break the chicken up from big chunks to incorporate it. And when you do a raw pack method canning, or even just canned chicken, you usually get those kind of pieces. I have to say, this actually looks like the start of a really tasty chicken salad. Okay. All right, so we have that. Now we need to add about 6 ounces, and I have 1.8 pounds of ham right here, and I don't need that much. So, and to make it quick, I am going to use my kitchen shears. And the leftover ham I have, I'm actually going to use tomorrow to make some ham and egg bites. They're like the little omelet bite things. If you ever gone to Starbucks, they have some that you can buy there, and they're so easy to make using a muffin tin and eggs, and it's kind of like a little baby quiche. And you just put whatever you like in it. And since I'm gonna have leftover ham, I'm not letting it go to waste. So I will use that tomorrow. If it were earlier in the day, I would have done it today, but that was not how the day went. And I just want these to be smaller bite size. You could leave them in the thicker if you like that. I just kind of like them to be like little hints in there. And I actually had more than what I needed. So, and this was a honey baked ham that we had at Thanksgiving, and I took the excess and I froze it in my freezer, and we're using it now. All right, because that's right. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my spoon here and I'm going to mix all of this up. All right, now I'm going to take my broccoli, which I just blanched it. We're going to mix this into here. And then I'm going to put this into my casserole dish. I am going to grease my casserole dish with some cooking spray. You're going to want at least like a 9 by 13. And then I'm going to put this into the pan. And I'm going to cover it with my cheese, and I'm going to bake this for 30 minutes. So here I am just putting this into my casserole dish. I did spray this with some cooking spray, and I recommend that you do that. Topped it with my cheese, baked it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes, and it was delicious. The last 5 minutes I turned it on the broiler in my oven so that I could get that browning on the cheese, and I did not put that in the directions, so you're going to want to do that. It's just loveliness, and I don't think it needs any seasoning other than that half of a teaspoon of salt. And I did not salt my canned chicken when I did it. You don't have to, and I did not put salt in that. So I know the ham had some salt, so that probably adds to why I don't think it needs any salt. And I didn't add salt to my rice. I just used the chicken stock. So good. So I hope you'll give it a try, and I'll see you tomorrow night for dinner. Hey guys, welcome back to the kitchen. It is day 2 of the pantry challenge. So to catch you up, what did I have today? I still haven't made my granola, but I have been busy processing things coming out of the garden. And I've been in my kitchen literally since lunchtime. I had a tomato sandwich, the first tomato sandwich of the season. It was a Cherokee purple tomato, and it was divine. For breakfast, I had coffee. I actually got a couple strawberries I snagged out of the front garden, and I ended up having a protein bar because I've just been that busy having things I had to get done. So tonight for dinner on our menu was pasta, and I was gonna do a salad, so it just says pasta and salad. And because of some of the stuff I had coming out of the garden, I decided to switch it up. We're doing pasta. I've already got one of them made. My son's pasta is right here. And I just have to bake it. I'm waiting for part of the dinner to come out, which will be in another video. I decided to try to make focaccia, and I did it using einkorn all-purpose flour because it's not a sourdough recipe. So this is you can use any all-purpose flour. For me, because of gluten kind of sensitivities, I do much better with the einkorn, particularly if I'm not going to sour it. So I followed Natasha's kitchen and I tried to make her focaccia bread. It's in the oven right now. It smells amazing. It's great because I started on it after I ate my tomato sandwich, and you just do some folds, lifts and folds every 40 minutes or so, and I had plenty of things to keep me busy. So you'll see it in our finished what we're eating for dinner tonight, but you'll actually see how to make it and the process in a different video. But I went ahead in between all the folds and things, and I got my one boy's favorite, plus, well, actually it's two boys' favorite. So I got this made, other than it just has to get heated in the oven once it's available. And what I decided to make for us, because of the vegetables coming out of the garden, I decided to do a creamy vegetable lasagna. And because I have lots of gluten-free noodles when I was cleaning out the pantry, and I thought, oh, let's make a vegetable lasagna. So that's what we're gonna do. These are no boil lasagna noodles. I don't know if that, I think that's just because they're gluten-free. So I have that ready to get going. I have to make the sauce though, and I'll meet you, we'll come over to the stove in just a minute. For the vegetable lasagna, we need to make a white sauce. And so in our white sauce, we need full fat milk. I have milk that I need to use because it's fixing to go out of date. And so I need to have 1 liter of milk. So let me get me a measuring cup. Okay, so you have to start to make a roux for this base of this vegetable lasagna. So you took a stick of butter, which is half a cup, and you want to melt that down, and then you're going to put, I think it was half a cup, around half a cup of all-purpose flour, whatever all-purpose flour you like to use. I used einkorn. Then I did 4 cups of milk and some spices, and I started putting in the cheese. I would alternate between the mozzarella and the parm that I had grated up in my Ninja. And then one of the last things that you do after I did add some Italian seasoning, and that's what you saw there. But the last thing you want to add in is the really minced up red bell pepper. This is the focaccia. Wait till you see this video, y'all. So good. So here I am, and I am simply just doing a lasagna. It's just doing it with a vegetable white sauce base instead of a marinara. And the vegetables that I chose to put in here were spinach, some of my zucchini that I had grated up. I also did use some fresh basil from my garden, and some tomatoes that we sliced up at the very top, which really gave a beautiful finish. And I had some sliced mozzarella that I put on top, and then you put the tomato on top of that mozzarella. Oh my word. This is a little labor intensive for a weeknight meal, but let me tell you something. Every ounce of this was eaten. This was delicious. We all loved it. Oh, it was so good. Can I say good? So good. This is the vegetable lasagna. Oh gosh, that's hot. I did put it under the broiler for the last probably about 3 minutes to darken it up. But that looks really good. The focaccia bread is very good. And that's all I got. I'll see you tomorrow night for night 3. Night 3. We're supposed to do the Mississippi marinade, but I'm thinking we're going to have so many leftovers that Mississippi marinade may start, I may make it on Saturday so that I can get to some canning projects tomorrow. So with that, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. I was originally going to do the Mississippi marinade on Friday night so that we could have leftovers today, and I had 3 different meals with leftovers and literally like no room in the fridge. So I decided to do the leftovers last night, make life a little bit easier, and I had a canning project, so that worked out really well. I did finally get the granola made. Look. I didn't video it or anything. I have a video on how I make granola, but I did finally get it made. And that was a blessing for sure. So we have errands to do this afternoon, and I was originally going to cook this like on the flat top griddle, and I just decided that I think it's going to be easier if I go ahead and put it on my Instapot on slow cooker. I can do it for like the 4 to 6 hours on this. Instead of using it as an Instapot, I can use it as like a crock pot. And I think that might be best because I was just gonna have some potatoes with this, and I think I might have had I had green beans or something on there. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna do green beans or not because I have other vegetables in the fridge, so we'll see. But at least I'll know this is cooked. And because who knows, I may end up doing rice or something, I don't know. But I figured might as well get this cooked so that when we come home, this part will be done. The sides are easy to throw together. Plus I have some frozen vegetables too. I have options, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm just opening my bag. I marinated these on 5/25/23, and I have a video on this Mississippi marinade. I followed it was a Whole30 recipe for the marinade. And it had like ranch spice, like if you were gonna make your own ranch. I have some from Azure. It had the peppercini peppers and the juice of that, and I don't remember what else. But I marinated it in it, and then I froze it, and so I got it out this morning, and it's pretty much well thawed. Let me get a spoon. I was gonna try to kind of break it apart a little bit. It's still got a little frozenness, and this is sliced up chicken breast. Because I cut my chicken breasts, they kind of I think I did them in quarters, just to make them go a little bit further. And I think they also have some chicken thigh, skinless, boneless chicken thighs. And this is, because some of us like breast meat and some of us like dark meat. Some of us will eat either or. So that's what I did. And all I'm gonna do is get I have the top for if you're gonna use it as a crock pot. And I'm going to put it on slow cook, on medium, because I can do low, medium, high, and that is going to be for 6 hours. It's 3 o'clock now. 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to put it on high. So let me move the temperature up to high, and I take it back. I'm going to go back to medium, and I'm going to put it for 4. I think I'm going to do 3.5 hours because I'm pretty sure it'll be done by then. So anyway, I'm just gonna get that going. I've hit start, and I don't have to do anything else. So I will show you what I end up deciding on sides and how we put it together for dinner. Hey guys, so it's Saturday evening and we are back home, and I just opened up a can of my home canned green beans from last summer. I have some of these little Dutch baby potatoes, some of my onion from this year's garden, and I did a little olive oil and some Tuscan spice blend. And my olive oil was an infused olive oil with shallot. I get this one at the Breadbecker's. It's one I really do like. And I just want to show you, that's what the chicken looks like. It smells so good. I don't know if these items I'm cooking with it are going to be weird. It might be better served with like rice. It might be served better with rice. I honestly don't know because I've never had it before. So we're gonna find out. This is what's for dinner. This is what we're eating. Because I gotta start working on baking a cake for John for Father's Day tomorrow. We're gonna do smash burgers on the griddle, and I haven't made those. John and the boys made it for me for Mother's Day, and everybody loved it. And so I guess I better watch a video on how to smash them burgers. I know they're like smaller and you get them real thin. I think I can figure it out, but so we're gonna do smash burgers. He wants an Asian type vinegar based slaw from cabbages that we have grown. So I kind of want to do that tonight too, because I know with slaws, a lot of times taking on those flavors, it tastes so much better the next day. And then we're going to do some oven potatoes in the oven while the smash burgers are cooking. So it's going to be pretty simple, and I want to do a chocolate. I remember seeing a video, I can't remember if it was last year or year before, but it was like a chocolate cherry cake, and you use like a cake mix, and I have a cake mix that's chocolate. It's one of these, it's one of Pamela's, and I found it in the pantry, and it's good till January of next year, but I want to use that as the base. I need to try to go through and find the recipe. This was not mine. You use a packaged chocolate cake mix, and then I know that you add some cherries to it, but I don't remember the rest of it. So that's something I want to look up and do. And then I had gotten some chocolate buttercream frosting. It's a Duncan Hines Dolly Parton thing or whatever. I saw it. John saw it. He got kind of excited. He loves buttercream anything. So so that's kind of my plan for dessert tomorrow. And I want to get the cake part done tonight. So so that we can come home from church, do a quick cook of those smash burgers, and have a nice meal together as a family. And yeah, so that's my goal. That's what I'm working towards. And this is Saturday night. That's what's for dinner in the pantry challenge. So I'll probably, I don't know if I'll do a video tomorrow with everybody being here, but I'll take a picture at least of what everything looks like. And then
this is delicious, and it is served much better with brown rice. So good.
Okay guys, it is Saturday, June 17th, and I ended up going and doing another small grocery haul, and I'm in the pantry challenge, and I did it because I was close to my Sprouts. I had a thing at church, and that Sprouts is close to my church, not my house, and I had a coupon that was fixing to go bad. And I had a couple of things I needed to get. My milk had expired, so I had to get some milk. I got some, this is yogurt, some other yogurts. I had a coupon with my loyalty membership thing for Sprouts if you sign up online. And I got money off my kombucha and also off of our bread. We needed more bread, and we needed these for tomorrow's meal. I thought I had enough, and I don't. And I went ahead and I picked up some more fruit they had. They had Georgia peaches on sale, and they had these organic grapes on sale, the heirloom oranges, and I needed more bananas and a lemon and a little something something. So I ended up spending $56.46 of my budget. So when I add that to what I got at Walmart the other night, I'm still under budget for the amount I gave myself for the week. So, and honestly, I may have to go back for more milk because this was the best. This was the last one they had, and it was the best date. So it's to the 25th. So we'll see. We might be able to squeak that by. So anyway, I just wanted to be transparent and show you that I picked up these items, and we'll see you in a little while when we cook dinner.
So I figured out the smash burgers just fine. They were delicious. And this chocolate cherry cake with the Dolly Parton buttercream icing was so delicious. But I had no idea our sons were going to have a cake made for their dad, um, paying homage to his favorite old shirt called Yoda Man. And then we had pizza on Monday and we ate leftovers on Tuesday. So I didn't have to cook again. And so that was our first week of the pantry challenge. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.